Hey guys. Okay, so today I just want to do a quick review and a quick application of the Dream Matte Mousse foundation, Maybelline, and this is how it looks. Pretty decent sized jar. And this is the powder. And I love the way it opens. It's got like this little twisty. You twist it, and then here's your powder puffy thingy and a mirror. So it's cute. I got this buy one get one free at Riteaid, and it was like $9 for the mousse and $7 for the powder and whatever. I guess I got this half price, so it was like $3.50 or something like that. What I like about it is that first of all, I wanted to try it because I like the mousse blushes, and I saw that it was a matte mousse, and I love the matte look. The only problem is for me is that I have combination skin, and so around this area here, on my nose, sometimes around the chin, down here, and over up on my forehead, I have dry areas, dry spells that happen to me. And so I get like the peeling. So if I put on anything like powdery, liquidy, whatever, you see all the like it gets flaky or peely or whatever. So I have to like really moisturize. So but it doesn't mean that you can't do a matte look if that's what you want. So you just have to take care of those areas. I have a lot of allergies, so that's usually where it comes from, especially around here. So the product itself, I like. I think that it's like a light to medium coverage. Some people say that the colors run a little bit off. Like I think if you need to buy a darker color to get your actual color. I did not have a problem with my the color I picked. I have medium beige in both, and they were both perfect for my skin. It matched perfectly. I had no problem. So I can't comment on that. With my experience with it, it matched perfectly. I'm one that needs to match my skin tone perfectly because I don't like to be lighter or darker. I like my skin tone, and so I make sure that if the certain product does not have my specific color, I blend them, I custom blend, I mix it, whatever needs to be done for it to match, exactly. And I had no problem with this one. It gives you like light to medium coverage. It's like sheer, so you get like that nice matte look. It was easy to blend for me. I didn't have any issues blending it. I didn't have any issues applying it. Um, it was an easy product to use. I use my 109 to apply it, and I use a buff brush for the powder. Um, what else? The consistency is very fluffy, so it's kind of like you put it on and you get in there. It's not creamy, it's like a fluffy mousse. So, it's easy. It was easy for me to blend and apply. So I'm going to show you guys how I apply it and what I used. And yeah, I mean, for the price, especially if you could get buy one get one half price or whatever, it's definitely worth trying, especially if you like the matte look. It's definitely a pretty decent product. So I'm just gonna get started so I don't run off into a tangent. So I'm gonna use my 109, and I'm just gonna put it in there. I get a little bit on the brush, and I'm gonna start with this side, and I have my mirror here, so I'm just gonna do this, and then I swipe underneath and down. And I like to hold my brush very close because I like to have a lot of control and make sure that it buffs in close to the end. If you want to have a lighter hand, you just hold it back this way. So that to me is not enough control, so I get in there. I like to get in. My light. This is my cheesy mirror. And I get under there. So I'll show you. So if you see, you could already see the difference. um, in the skin, where this side is definitely more even. So I'm going to go on to the other side. Now, the other thing is just so you guys know, I already prepped my face. I used Smashbox primer, foundation primer, and I used my moisturelush, MAC moisturelush, and I used extra on those problem areas that I showed you guys. So, you know, for those of you who have dry skin or just dry areas, I go very lightly onto my nose, because I usually, if I don't need to apply any type of product on my nose besides my primer and my foundation, then I don't, because of the dryness. That's usually my worst spot. It just looks awful. So as you can see, I don't use a lot of the product. You know, I dip in there, I get in. You don't need a lot. I mean, for me, I like the sheer look. I want to look matte and everything, but I don't want to like look pasty, because a lot of times with a matte look, you tend to look kind of pasty or chalky or whatever. I don't think this does that. I think it gives you a nice even coverage. And then for those of you who have that issue with the flaking and the dryness, you can take a little bit more once you've applied it. If you see you have any issues, I take a little brush like this and just put a little bit more of your moisturizer. Don't paint it on, dab it on. And then I'm going to use my fingers right now, but I normally use a sponge. I just don't have it with me. And then do this. And what you're doing is you're just basically mixing the foundation that's kind of sitting on the dry skin. And you're mixing it in so that it doesn't look all flaky and, you know. So that's it. And then I don't apply any more onto my nose because it already matches. And if you want to buff more, which I normally do, I use like this is my go-to, love this brush. And it buffs in like really good. So I get in there. And I don't usually put anything on my eyes as far as foundation, because when I'm doing my eyes or somebody else's, or my makeup or somebody else's makeup, any of my clients, I do the eyes first. And so I'm gonna just dab some on for the purpose of the video. But I usually do the eyes first, including eyebrows, everything, and then I move on to, so I prep the face first, and then, you know, with any type of primer, whatever, moisturizer. Then I do the eyes, all the eyes, including eyebrows, lashes, everything, and then I go in to do the foundation. And obviously, if you're going to use any type of concealer or whatever, concealer or correctors, I usually do it after my foundation. Some people do it before. That's all personal preference. I do it after just in case I don't need it. Sometimes foundation gives you enough coverage where you don't need to pinpoint any areas. So yeah, and then I do the powder or whatever. So now I'm gonna just dip in here with the brush, and I'm gonna do and tap it off, and then I'm gonna just buff in the powder, and you'll see what I mean. It just gives you like a smooth matte look. And again, with the powder, I try to not really get into the nose area, for me personally. That's just the way I do it. The nose matches, so I don't need to get into all that and give it that dry, flaky look. And that's it. Let's put the hair back in place. And that's the application. So you get a smooth look. It's easy to apply. As you can see, I used a 109. I used a buffer brush, and it wasn't like a big major, like, you know, you have to get in there and do a lot of blending. It was very easy to work with. I didn't have any issues with blending it or anything on my skin. Of course, on everybody's skin is different. Some people's skin don't take to certain products, so you have to kind of play with it. But for me, it worked. You know, you always have to keep in mind that everybody's skin is different. But I hope this helped, and I hope that you guys can see the difference. That's why I wanted to do the application on the video and not just kind of give you a quick review on it, so that you could see the difference. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.